Hey, hi guys. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry about my voice. I don't know if you can hear, it's quite raspy. And also just a disclaimer, or just a heads up rather, I live on the edge of a road, so sometimes I can hear the cars passing by all the time, and sometimes you'll hear sirens and stuff because the hospital's just around back there, and then you've got the fire station just over there. But anyway, yeah, so just in case it comes up and I can't really edit it out. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about mostly like fees and funding, just because I get asked about those questions. I get asked about it a lot, like how I'm funding med school. But last night we had our medics halfway ball, and yeah, that's why my voice is quite raspy. And it just got me reflecting, like the lead up to it got me reflecting on how on earth I managed to get halfway through this course. How on earth I'm like halfway to becoming a doctor. Yeah, and it just made me like I always count my blessings. I'm always so thankful to God for what He's done for me, how far He's brought me through. But I just thought this would be a great opportunity to tell you guys about my journey, how I got here, and just to motivate you. Hopefully keep you motivated if you're applying or thinking of applying, or if you've been rejected as well, and just to not give up on your dreams and just to keep going. I hope so anyway. So yeah, I'll just start with secondary school. Yeah, my journey hasn't been the easiest, but God is good. So yeah, I started, so excuse me, in year 9 actually. I've always been really motivated and really hardworking throughout my school life, especially in secondary school. But year 9, for some reason, I found myself, one of my friends will attest to this, always in the computer room before school started. That's how we became friends actually. Always there, just looking. Sometimes I'd just be looking through universities that I wanted to apply to, courses that I wanted to do. Not courses, but I wanted to do medicine from the onset, so just looking at that. Yeah, or just working, revising. Seriously guys, I'm a massive nerd. I was a massive nerd. So the thing is, in year 9, around that time anyway, I wanted to do 2 things, 2 very different things. So I'm quite athletic, and I was involved in all the sports in school. I ended up doing PE GCSE as well. So I really wanted to be an Olympian, number 1. I wanted to be an Olympian, and I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to impact the world in some way. And long story short, I ended up choosing the medicine route. So it came to like year 10 or year 11, and I was looking for careers advice in terms of like what I needed to aim for in my GCSEs. I already had my personal goals. So I went to the careers advisor, and he was like to me, you need to get at least 8 A stars. And honestly, at that point I was like, okay, great, like this is something I can work towards. This is like a goal I can have. And that's exactly what I did. Fast forward, I did end up getting 8 A stars and 2 A's, which I thank God for. That set me up very well. And then I moved my 6th form. I moved from my secondary school to my 6th form. And ended up going to do A-levels. And I did chemistry, biology, maths and psychology. I don't know why I'm thinking about that so hard. And did well in them as well. I got 3 A's and a B in chemistry, which I ended up dropping. Then A-levels, like each jump is just insanely hard. They're really, really hard. And second year, I don't know what it was, I was just in full-on panic mode. So we had obviously started applying for medical schools. I was really strategic in which ones I applied to. The ones that really liked specific GCSEs, like who loved GCSEs because I had strong GCSEs, I focused on those. Obviously I had dropped chemistry, which, as most of you will know, a lot of medical schools need. I think right now, even more require chemistry A level compared to the last time. So I dropped that, and so my pool for choosing had been considerably narrowed. One university, actually, this is a funny story, one university that I really wanted to go to. I think it's mostly because it was the first uni I went to, and I wanted like a campus feel, and that was Leicester. So I really wanted to go to Leicester University, but they wanted chemistry A level, so I had to let that dream go, and I applied for other universities. So I ended up getting into East Anglia, but missed my grade by like, I think it was 2 marks. I missed my grade by 2 marks. And guys, I'm yet to experience heartbreak like that. Seriously, I was broken, devastated, absolutely devastated. My mum and I, you should have seen the pair of us leaving the 6th form. Oh my god, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. We had paid to get my biology test remarked. That didn't do any good. And we'd obviously called the university, but I got there late. That's another story. I got there late, so couldn't, like some people have called and been able to get in with lower marks. I didn't call early enough. I didn't know my results early enough, so that couldn't happen either. And I had applied, in med school you can only apply for 4 places for medicine, and the 5th one, use it as a backup. So I didn't even research the one I was applying to. I ended up applying to medical genetics in Leicester just because I wanted to go to Leicester, and ended up in Leicester, didn't I? Ended up in Leicester doing medical genetics. The course was okay, but I loved the experience as a whole. I absolutely loved it. I loved my friends. I loved just the community I made, church. It was just incredible. It was incredible, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's where I was able to re-establish my relationship with God and just grow in myself. So that was amazing. The first year though, we got a booklet, before we even started, we got a booklet saying, because I was on the biomedical sciences, the school biomedical sciences, like the umbrella, and obviously a lot of people wanted to do medicine. So in the handbook it said, there's an opportunity to transfer from first year into the first year, like if you do really well in the first year of your course, you can go to medicine. And I saw that, and guys, after the summer I had with seriously trying to get over getting in but missing it, I was like, I'm not doing this, like I'm not even thinking about this, I'm not doing this transfer, I'm just going to finish this degree and get over it and then reapply as a graduate. And so I didn't tell my mum, I didn't tell my uncle about it. I'm not sure if my mum would have been that pushy, but my uncle is an amazing guy. He's an incredible guy, and I know he would have encouraged me, like, you can definitely do it, and all from the best place, but I didn't want to hear it at that time. I didn't want to hear it, so I didn't tell anyone. So long story short, fast forward to 3rd year, rather, and it was hard. It was so hard. When you combine your personal life and work life and studying, it's too much. I ended up giving up netball, which I've been doing. I was playing for the uni and I loved it, but I ended up giving that up just so I could focus on that, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best thing, because you're not studying 24/7 anyway, and sometimes like sports is always a good idea, exercise is always a good idea, basically, just for the endorphins, if anything, for like your mental health. But anyway, I ended up leaving that. I was focusing on my studies, and obviously I ended up getting my 2-1. Thank God. It's really difficult, but I ended up getting it. And I had again applied very reluctantly from medical school. I actually did want to take a break. I wanted to take a year out, but I applied anyway. And this is how I know my mind was not fully in it. I didn't apply for Leicester, thinking that, still in my mind thinking, oh, they require chemistry A level. I still don't have that. But then later on, like, this is the day after I had submitted, I was speaking to some of my other friends about which universities they had applied to, and they were saying Leicester, and I was just like, oh, but I thought you didn't have chemistry A level, they need it, and they were like, oh no, like, it's different for graduates, and I was just like, oh my god, really regretted it. So yeah, I didn't get in that time. I can't even remember which universities I applied to. That's just how how uninvested I was in that, at that time. So I didn't end up getting in, so that's now like 2 sets of rejections. But I was like, okay, no, my gap year. And as I told you guys already, this is where the year of Eck started. So I'll probably talk about my gap year at some other point, but I was just focusing on applying and stuff. So yeah, okay, my gap year. I applied, deadline's in October, and I ended up getting offers really early on for interviews. So the first one was for Leicester, and that was in November, and that was like something I was praying about, because I was like, God, I want this as my birthday present. Please just give me an interview. And yeah, the first interview offer was from Leicester, and that was due to be in January. That was amazing. I found out with my that was great. And then the second interview offer was the second interview offer was for Hull York Medical School, and that was in December, and early December, something like that. And I had the interview in December, and that was great. And then my mum and I went to Barcelona for it was like a treat, like this present me and my sisters got her for Christmas and her birthday. So the 2 of us went, because everyone else was in school or uni, in uni actually. So the 2 of us went, and that's when I found out that I had got rejected from Southampton. But I saw a rejection thinking it was from Leicester or Hull York, because I had already had interviews there. But yeah, it was fine. So then I ended up getting offers from Hull York and from Leicester, which was mad. Got 2 offers, unconditional obviously, because I had already gotten my grade. And later on, Keele got to me. Oh my gosh, yes, Keele got to me and they wanted me to come for an interview. So you know how I said I don't remember which unis I applied to? Keele was one of those I remember. For the second round, I applied to that one, and I applied to them the first time when I was in 6th form, and they rejected me before interview, both times. So this time it was so sweet being able to say, actually, nah, I don't need you guys. And rejecting them or withdrawing without coming in for their interview after they now want me. So that was really nice. So yeah, I withdrew from them and was now thinking, oh, Hull York, Leicester, even though in my heart I wanted to go to Leicester. So it was just like, wow, from 6th form I wanted to go there, had to let it go because I didn't do chemistry, then applying again in my 3rd year, but not really applying to Leicester because I thought they still required chemistry. And now being in Leicester Medical School, my dream medical school, the one I wanted to go to right from the beginning, is just, it's just a blessing. And now I'm halfway through their course. Guys, God is good. God is really good. So I feel like I've whizzed through this really quickly. I didn't want to waste too much time. Yeah, it's just been a journey, like from GCSEs. I don't know if I told you what I got for my A-levels. I'm trying to, this is not me showing off, by the way, it's just when I watch other people's videos or when I'm following other people, you know, like in the student room, everyone shows what they've got just so that you can measure up to see, oh, okay, this person has got in there, what are my chances, how do I fare in that area? So yeah, I ended up getting, like I said, 8 A stars and 2 A's in my GCSEs, A star, A B in my A levels, yeah. So yeah, the B was in biology, and then a 2-1 in medical genetics, which, whew, that to me was amazing. Now here I am. I want to say living my best life. I'm definitely living my best life in some respects. But yes, it's as with everything, ups and downs. But I'm so grateful to be here. I should probably carry on with the fact that, yeah, first year was really good. First year of medical school was really good. This is just an overview. Second year was a whole different ball game. They just crammed a lot because our course is different. We're on a new curriculum, so they crammed a whole lot in our first semester. And our university is like cumulative. Our exams are cumulative, so you have to revise. You have to know everything up until that point. So now that I'm in third year, I need to have revised everything from first year up until that point, just to know everything, because they can pick anything from any year, from any module, and put it in your exams. So I wasn't very clever in my revision. I was thinking, oh, it'd probably still be there, forgetting how heavy contextually first year was. So I didn't end up revising any first year, and unfortunately didn't do well in my January exams, and it meant I had a lot of pressure on me for summer. But yeah, that's another story we'll get onto. But yeah, the thing is, I passed overall, so we thank God for that. I passed second year, otherwise I wouldn't be here. So as you can imagine, it's been a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But God has remained faithful through it all, so I'm really grateful for that. But honestly, guys, I say this to every single person that's asking me for advice, people that are coming after me. If I can do it, you can do it. Honestly, if I can do it, you can do it. You don't need to have my exact grade, you don't need to have my exact story, but yeah, that's it really.